Hi, Shelley here. It's cooling off here in Iowa and the trees are turning their beautiful fall colors, inspiring today's project. I'll be working on a 16 by 20 inch hardboard canvas, and I've got some yarn and tissue paper that I found in my stash, and hopefully I'm going to create a fun fiber art piece. I hope it's going to be fun. I hope you'll enjoy this video, that it'll inspire you to break out your art supplies, go through your stash, and get creating. So let's get started. I want to start off by collaging on my background. No idea if any of it's going to be seen, but it's always a great place for me to get started. It helps me start to kind of get the feel, get moving. Sometimes it's hard for me to start just to get moving. And this really helps that to happen. So I'm just going to put a few down. None of these papers mean anything to me personally. Unlike some of the collaging I like to do, this is just trying to use up what I've got in my stash. All right, I think I'm going to start like that, and then I'll just wing it as I go. All right, then I think I want to take a few of my number tissue numbers that I did a while back. I like it. So now I'm going to take a couple of baby wipes and just gently kiss all over the canvas to make sure I've got everything the same texture-ish. And still trying to heal up from the new puppy. I'm wearing gloves now, so I should be getting better. I'm wearing gloves now when we play is what I mean. Okay. All right, now we'll let this dry and then we can start adding some paint. I went through my stash of tissue paper and found this half sheet here, which is going to be the perfect size because I'm going to attach it to this legal size piece of printer paper for my tree trunks. And the first thing I want to do is just go in, I know you can't hardly see it because I haven't used it yet, but this is my butterfly script. It's on the delicate side. And I'm not going to put it all over, but I'm just going to put it into a few places. Just to add a little something to my background here. I need to cut this stencil again because my machine got a little bit too aggressive on some of my O's and cut them completely out. But for backgrounds, it will not matter. I want my trunks to be very textured. What I think I'm going to do, put a good coat of my Mod Podge on my 11 by 14 inch sheet. Now you could use, whatever you want, a regular piece of, if you're doing a smaller one than I was doing, you could do regular, whatever size paper you want. Then I'm going to wad this thing up, make it very, very crinkly. unfurl it, but not 100%, because I want it very wrinkly and textured. I'm just going to put it right on top and smush it down, press it down, not really smushing, I guess. Smushing, I'm usually smushing. Very technical term. And then I'm going to go over and put a top coat of the Mod Podge on. Gently. I don't rip my paper, hopefully. Push it down in a few spots where it's a little bit too raised. I do want it to be adhered to the paper. Now I'm going to get my 2 baby wipes and gently, very gently kiss it all over to make sure everything's down. But that I also, any globby spots where I've got too much Mod Podge, this will help even everything out and help it dry more evenly. Now we dry. And now I'm just going to go in with my X-Acto knife and clean up my edges. Shoot, I thought I was recording. Okay, so this is the yarn I'm using because I had it in my stash, and I thought these were beautiful colors for fall and that it would work. So hopefully that is the case. And I'm trying to mix up colors that I think are going to work for the back of my canvas. This is some khaki with a little bit of the yellow in it and some off-white to lighten it up a bit. And then I just put some burnt umber in to my yellow to darken it up a little bit so it's not so bright. Now let's talk about red. I think the barn red is going to be too dark. Put some regular red in it. See if that takes us in the right direction. I certainly think that is close enough for the background, what we're doing. Green. I don't need very much of it, I don't think. That's pretty close right there. But I'm going to add just a dollop of my burnt umber to that. And then I would like to do my orange, which is already just about perfect on its own. So we've got our paints. Let's add a little bit of orange to this and see if we can warm it up a little bit. And I'm just going to play until I get it till it looks right to me. Okay, I love it. I'm gonna stop there. I cut out a bunch of circles with my scan cut just to figure out where I want my tops. And because I don't want to, I need to know where my tops are to know how many and what sizes I want to cut out of my tree trunks. So I'm going to go through really quick and figure out kind of where I think I want my tree tops. Okay, I think we'll see. I may change my mind as I go. And now I'm just going to start cutting. I absolutely love the texture on these. I wish you could see it. And I think that is very groovy. Okay, that one's not going to be tall enough, so I'll have to piece a couple of them together. And I have some leftovers just in case. And what is the best way to do this? Go one at a time, left to right, and apply them, I guess. And remove the circles as I go. Let's try that. Now I could paint these as well, but I think I'm going to leave them white. I like the contrast with my background. And we're going to have plenty of color in our tree tops. I better mark these, or I think I'm going to get into trouble. And I'm not going to be able to remember what I did. Hopefully my yarn will cover up all of these pencil marks. If not, I'm in trouble. Then I'll save these circles. All right, let's do those 3 to start. Tissue paper is so much easier to work with when you have it attached to paper. It's just, this is just a dream to work with compared to regular tissue paper to me, but it can be so fiddly. But this is just lovely. It's got some body to it with that paper backing. Now, of course, you could do just, you know, just some stamping and stenciling whatever onto regular paper and use that. You don't have to do this the tissue paper technique at all, but I like it because I wanted this texture. I love the texture that I have on my trunks. In hindsight, I wish I would have let them all hang off the bottom. I've got a couple of these that aren't exactly to the bottom, as neither is this one now. I thought it was, but now it's not. So from now on, if I can, I will leave an overhang at the bottom and cut them later. Would have been way, way better. I usually figure it out right towards the end when it doesn't matter much anymore, you know. All right, so now I am going to run over the whole thing with Mod Podge. I want to put a nice sealant on there and have my texture all the same over the entire piece. And kiss my canvas all over. Okay, now we dry. So what I'm doing is going through and cutting just a little bit of my yarn to get an idea of where I want what colors. Puppies are playing. If you couldn't tell, that's what it was. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right in the middle to get me started. Keep a baby wipe here to wipe my awl on as I go. I'm just going to put a little glue around the edges. I've got to remember to twist as I go so that my yarn stays nice and tight. Okay, I like it. Then I'm going to put a little dab of glue here. This last bit, and tuck this right in so we can finish it off nicely. And we'll come back and cut any, we'll have cobwebs to clean up as we go, so. Well, I didn't get it exact. I've got a little bit further down. Maybe I better work a little harder at finding my centers. See, here's where I'm going to have problems because I've got only one more that I can go in here, but I've got all this left. So let's see. That is not working well. I think I got to take this all off and start again. It's all going to be covered anyway. It's a waste of yarn, but oh, in the big scope of things. And you get to see me figure this out. All right. That's a bummer, but it can be fixed. So let's push this down. It's a bummer. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do from now on, this guy here, it's always a guy with me. I don't know why. Our center point will be there. All right, let's try that again. I learned a lesson there. You could use any glue with this. Probably my Beacon Fast Grab glue would work just beautifully, but I like to work with hot glue sometimes just because of the pure convenience of it. You know, it dries super quickly and it does last. Finish out here where I'm going to cut all this off. I think that's valuable to do is twist before I put the hot glue down. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I'll have it all figured out by the time I'm done. Maybe when I need, I wonder if this thing will work better, stick less. I think it's a makeup spatula from Dollar Tree. I heard somebody say it was great for hot glue, and then I forget I got one. Yeah, that works great. I've noticed, see, I've got it, it's a little bit narrower over here. I don't have it exactly, you know. So what I'll do is, as I go around on this side, I'll be more free and let my yarn take up more space and then tighten it up a little bit on this side. So hopefully I can end up properly or close. So we don't need to be perfect, but we'd like to be close. All right, after walking away and coming back the next morning, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking the first two issues I see is I forgot one guy here and I've got a stem with nothing here. So I'm missing a guy there. And then I'm thinking it just needs a little more. I'm a little bit too high. My canvas is just a little bit too up there. So I'm going to put one of these here and I think a couple more in here. I don't want it to be perfectly straight across, but I need just a little more, a little something. Well, that's my canvas. I had a blast doing it. I absolutely love the textured trunks. And I wish you could feel it. I wish you could see it up close. Let me see, can I put it up close? I still don't know because it's so kind of transparent. What if I go sideways? Maybe you can see it a little bit. But anyway, so hey, thanks for watching. I hope you'll try something like this, and I hope you'll join me in my next video. Bye for now.